I noticed that the soil was too wet, so I tipped it out.
Hello, welcome back to another video of the Plant Twins. Today we're going to show you our greenhouse and talk about things about plants. I noticed that the soil was too wet on some of the seeds that we planted in our last video. It's a very windy day today, so you might not be able to hear us properly.
As you can see, we've planted some runner bean seeds. I don't think we planted these in our last video. I think these are more recent seeds. This is the broad bean climbing wall. Here we have the runner bean climbing wall. Over there is the pea plant climbing wall. Does this look like an outdoor avocado tree now?
You can definitely see this plant is getting eaten by pesky snails or slugs. As I said in one of my other videos, this conker plant wasn't growing very big leaves. Now it's spring, it's doing really well. Same with this one. This runner bean looks the healthiest because both leaves are symmetrical. This runner bean is growing its second set of leaves. We're going to be showing weekly updates on these plants germinating. Now we're going to teach you about seed dispersal, seed dissection, pollination, evergreen and deciduous plants. Starting off with evergreen plants. This plant's an evergreen, this plant's an evergreen and this one. Evergreen plants are plants that don't lose their leaves in the winter, such as olive trees. Olive trees are evergreen because they have thin leaves and their leaves are a bit thicker. Evergreen plants would usually have thick leaves. Now we're going to be talking about seed dissection. First, you need to get a seed and cut it in half.
I'm going to cut my bean seed in half.
Now that my bean seed is cut in half, you should be able to see an embryo. The embryo is a part of the seed that will turn into a plant once water seeps into the seed. If water seeps into the seed, the seed coating will swell. This allows the water to get inside the seed. Once the embryo detects water, the embryo expands and it turns into a plant. You can see the embryo is on the cotyledon. Cotyledons are usually called the baby leaves once the plant has put out its first sprout or root. The seed coating protects the embryo from threats such as insects burrowing inside the seed. This is half of the seed. You can see the embryo, the seed coating and the cotyledons. Now we're going to be talking about seed dispersal. The reason why I've got a dandelion in here is because I'm going to mimic one of the ways that seed dispersal happens. Say if I blow the flower, I'm releasing seeds, which is called seed dispersal. The next way seed dispersal can happen is by water.
That will dry soon.
Say if a coconut dropped off a coconut tree, it could then land in the water and grow in it. The last two ways that seed dispersal can happen is by explosions in animals. If animals eat berries, they poo out the seeds. Then if a cat rolled in the grass, they could get seeds stuck to them. They could drop off onto the soil and they could grow. And then also it can happen by explosions. Some plants can detect a predator and they could explode seeds on you. Let's talk about deciduous trees. Deciduous trees are trees that lose their leaves in the autumn, which turn into compost in summer. We're going to be talking about pollination. The male flowers look different from the female flowers. On this pear tree, there's male flowers and female flowers. The female part of the flower is called the pistil, whereas the male part of the flower is called the stamen. Pollination can happen by bees. Other insects can also do it as well. Pollination is when bees pollinate flowers. A bee goes to a male flower, then rubs the pollen on a female flower, making a fruit. The ovary expands, turning into whatever fruit you have. As I have mentioned in one of my earlier videos, kidney beans are self-pollinators. This is because they have male and female flowers. The flowers knot together, making a fruit. Let's talk about transpiration, also known as evapotranspiration. You all know that trees and humans need water, but have you ever wondered how much water a tree actually absorbs? Well, only about 3%. It's because trees send most of it up into the air, called evapotranspiration. Now I'm going to be planting this kidney bean plant into the ground. I need to tip it upside down. Look at all this good root. Then I need to fill the hole that I've just dug with compost. It's only got a small root at the moment, but it should get bigger soon, like last year's one. If you've seen how to grow a kidney video, you must know that I have a lot of success with growing bean plants in the ground. Now that my kidney bean plant is planted, I can water it. If plants don't get enough of what they need, they will either wilt, shrivel up and go brown. If plants don't get enough fertilizer, like Tristan's avocado plant in their house, the leaves will go brown and start to die. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in our next video. Like and subscribe for more videos about plants.